perfect square on the first one and the last one, and then you double the two multiplied together, right? That's a plus b squared. What's the difference between this one? It's just there's a subtraction and then a plus, so this would be a minus b. Okay. All right, let's take a look. These are all written already in perfect square trinomial form.
Shouldn't it be subtracted to the
Okay. What? Well, we're going to solve this differently. We're going to solve it by the square root property. And we're going to leave it in simplified form. So
we don't subtract it to the side?
no. Okay, we're not going to do this by factoring. We're going to do this by completing. Basically, we're going to do completing the square. Just look at the left side. X squared minus 12x plus 36. That is x minus 6 squared.
I don't understand.
Okay. All right. Back up. Look at the left side. Yeah, x squared is a perfect square. 36 is a perfect square of 6. And double it. Okay, so I'm going to take the square root. Okay, wait. X minus 6 equals, don't forget, there's a plus or minus 5. So if I add 6 to both sides, I should get 2 answers, though.
Why do you need
1 or 11?
Okay, every time you have like x squared, remember the previous lesson when we did, where was it? It was here. Whenever we take the square root of both sides, you automatically get plus or minus. Take for example, like let's say I had x squared equals 81. When I take the square root of that, I have 2 answers. I could have plus or, what happens when I square positive 9? I get 81. What if I square negative 9? I also get 81. Okay, so my 2 answers, if it's positive 5 plus 6, that would be 11. If it's negative 5 plus 6, not negative 1, but positive 1. All right. Perfect square trinomial. So what's this going to be? All right, back up. Okay. Is that what you got? Okay. Equals 49. Take the square root of both sides. X minus 8 equals plus or minus 7. Plus 8. Plus 8. Today it is. Am I going too fast?
Wait, 7 minus 8 is negative 1.
So it's positive 7 plus 8 or negative 7 plus 8.
Oh.
You see? Okay. So if you want to write it out separate, so it's positive 7 plus 8 is 1, or it's negative 7 plus 8. Right? Because it's the plus or minus 7, but you're adding 8 to both sides. Okay. All right, left side. What is the perfect?
Squared equals 20.
Okay, now this one.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Why is it plus 4?
Is x plus 4 times x plus 4? Because
there's no negatives.
look at the 16. That's the perfect square of 4. Just like this was 6 and that was 36. This one was 8 and 64. Think about whatever the square root of that last one is. Okay, now when we take the square root, it's going to be plus or minus 2 root 5. Because square root of 20 can be broken down into 4 times 5, right? 4 is 2 times 2. Yes. I'm not teaching.
I remember Mr. Collins said he was never good at math.
All right.
Every math teacher, but I love you, Miss Kesa.
My friend, though?
I'm sorry to tell you, I'm not. I can't say the same is true for me. So I get negative 4 plus or minus to root 5.
But I'm so happy to have you.
Plus or minus.
That was such
You
a
need the plus or minus
diss.
from the square root.
This is personality. I love your team.
Because you can't simplify.
Personality was so funny.
Not simplify.
You can't simplify this any further.
Because there's no square root.
Okay.
Shh. Gotta keep your hands
In this case,
there.
that's square root. You're not funny.
Where's plus or minus? Oh, but you can't do anything else with this.
Because there's not another
Okay.
Sorry, that was
That was aggressive.
All right. The next one is going to be x minus 3 squared. 16 times 2. So
So then it's 4 square root 2.
right? So square root of 32 will break down into 4 root 2.
Me too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably a
So Miss T-
Fair. Okay. Completing the square, I was setting these up nicely for you because they were all in perfect square trinomial on the left side. What we want to do is figure out how are you going to create a perfect square trinomial. Okay, so basically, we're going to take half of b and then we're going to square it. Right, so remember it's ax squared plus bx plus c. So just bear with me, it's not hard. What's
I don't understand.
what's
Say half of B.
what's b equal to?
Equals to 14, which is B is equal to.
So c is going to be half of 14 squared.
Yeah, and that's going to be 7 squared. And
So-
that would be 49.
Good. All right, if it's
What?
x squared plus 18x, so half of 18. Okay, take that middle term. Take 18 and divide it by 2.
Wait,
Doesn't that have to be negative?
9 squared is 3. Oh, no.
Opposite. Other way. 9 squared is?
81.
Oh, why did I say 3?
You were thinking square root. That's why.
Yeah. It's okay.
C is always positive. Sorry.
Take the middle number, divide it by 2, and
Middle number, divide by 2, and then square it. Middle number, divide by 2, square it.
Oh, did he really?
Oh, sorry.
So now we do it like that.
Now we're going to solve. So
We don't have any.
Keep that for mom's home. And these might be important. I want that. I'll be right back.
okay.
Tell her to say hi. Tell her my brother said hi. Tell that everyone wants to
Okay, step 1. First, we're going to move the constant to the other side of the equation. Okay, so
That wasn't funny.
okay, I'm going to move the constant to the other side.
Oh,
No. We're solving by, what's the directions?
Solving by completing the square.
Okay, step 2, find C and add it to both sides of the equation. Okay.
C is 24.
No.
Oh,
What would I add?
So
Divide.
divide by 5, that'd be 5, that'd be negative 5, and then negative 5 to the second would be 25.
Right?
Plus 25.
Are we go to that? Half of 10 is negative 5. Square it will be whatever we add to the left side, we must add to the right side.
And this is a thing.
This is a thing.
Wait.
X minus 5.
Good? Negative 24 plus 25. 1. Now, take a look. It looks just like the problems on the previous page. So,
I did something wrong.
we're now We did step 3. Step 4, we're going to do the square root property and solve.
Jacob, I'm not gonna on the plus.
What's the square root of 1?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay, watch. What's my step 1 say? Move the constant to the other side. So I move 24 to the right side. Now, I have to figure out how to complete the square. So we want to figure out what to add to this to complete. So we do the half of, remember what we just did on the previous page? Half of b, so half of negative 10 is 5
And then you get 25.
squared. So whatever I add to one side, I have to add to the right side.
Oh, that's
Because
okay.
right here, what do we do in algebra? Balance the equation, whatever.
Got it.
We go one side, we gotta do the other side, right?
Yep. And then let's go ahead. Okay.
So it'd be x equals
6 and 4. Okay, so here, follow.
Do it again.
Here, watch it. These next, they're all the same. They're all the same process. Okay, this time I'm going to just leave space here. I'm going to combine step 1 and step 2. No, it's okay. It's okay. Just look. Watch. I promise. It's easier to see it. So the constant is the one without any variable, right? So I'm just automatically going to move the constant over here. So it's going to be minus 25. Complete the square. It's x squared plus 12x plus what?
36.
How did we get 36?
You divide 12 by 2 and then you double it. Well, not double it, you multiply that square. So that is double.
Right? We take half of 12, which is 6. 6 squared is 36. Now this is a perfect square trinomial.
So x plus 6 squared
To get C.
equals 11.
You subtracted C here, so now you don't have C values.
It's not, okay.
Equals
Equals
11.
11.
Rad 11.
It makes sense to me.
X plus 6 equals
No, isn't it 9?
Plus or minus 11.
36 minus
Minus 6 minus 5 or what's the other number?
Rad 11 is prime.
So you just read 5 or 17. Just leave it as
Okay, but wait. If you can't simplify the square to...
X equals 6
You just
plus
leave it.
minus rad 11.
Just leave
Would
it.
it be negative? Plus or minus rad 11?
Yeah, if you can't simplify it, you just leave it that way.
Oh,
So
wait.
don't actually, remember this was a square root of
Oh,
11. So leave the square root the way... It's okay. That's what erasers are for, Becca.
I think they call this
Why you have to subtract? Why is 25? Because you can't have this equal to 0. She's already here.
Yeah.
I'm really mad at you.
I'm not factoring. I'm trying to get a perfect square trinomial so I could do the square root of both sides.
Oh yeah, so since this is not factoring, you can't have it equal to 0. So this is just what you're solving. So you found it equal to something. You can't equal to 0.
to do that.
Yes. So when you have that underlined, you solve the C doing that method.
You like the bus that much.
No, I just no. Why you need to go on the bus? Is that a critical point? Exactly. I want to come up with you. I accept your society. My brother.
But you know that.
Yeah. We said the new. Wait, are you doing the denominator? Oh. Okay. No, we're gonna be making that.
Okay, 2 more.
So,
2 more. Let's focus.
so it'd be plus, so it'd be 1.
We're having emotions.
So it'd be 1.
I thought we could hear.
What do we have to add?
It'd be 1.
One.
It'd be x plus 1 squared equals negative 1.
Good.
What is happening? What's this get one from?
What the heck?
You already have it. I just copied it. What's half of 2?
Oh no.
1. Square 1 and it's
Square 1.
Okay. So square root both sides.
Oh, that's I.
1
I.
How did you get I?
Remember, square root of -1, that's our imaginary unit, I.
So minus 1 minus 1?
I squared equals -1.
Why don't you just do negative one?
It's got to be I.
It's negative one
Would not be,
plus or minus
would not
I.
be one eye.
What?
Okay, yeah, that
Jacob.
No,
wait.
wait. What? Oh! About what I saw on your phone?
Wait, I thought it was
No, it's
I thought I
crazy.
squared equals -I.
I've still never recovered from that.
I squared equals -1, but this is just square root of -1.
I have to take negative
How
one.
the when you have
When you take the square root of -1, you get I.
wait, so is it is I to the power of 1 -1?
No, I to the power of 1 is just I.
So then how is this -1? Because according to the chart, that makes no sense.
The square root of -1 is just I.
It's 1 square, -1 square. So we're not square rooting I, we're square rooting 1.
We're square rooting -1.
What?
Okay,
This isn't connected.
let's try the next one. So we have
So -1 squared
Yeah, I'm just
is I don't remember what it is, but it would just be 1 times 1.
Wait, where does the 11 go?
-1 squared is -1.
Okay.
But this is just.
How do we get the +4?
There's no square.
Because
So it's
4
just.
divided by 2 squared is 4.
So whatever we add to the one side, we have to add to the other.
So you do x plus 1, oh, plus 4 squared equals negative
Wait, what does it have to be in the parentheses?
X plus 2. 2.
Because remember, we need to make sure that this squared is that last term. And then negative.
Oh, looks like we got a
Negative 7.
plus or minus.
x plus
So x equals -2 plus or minus 7. Negative.
Well, and then there's a
Rad -7.
I.
I would just take it out of the negative.
7 I.
Then I have to do like
Wait, wouldn't we minus the 4?
You can't make it an I.
No, because whatever we
Represent
add
how
to
we
one,
answer
we have to
that.
So
balance
it's
the
x
equation.
equals -2 plus or minus.
But isn't the square root of -7 like?
What? How do we rewrite that?
Wait, how was that
You
2? I
can't,
thought it would
even
be
if it's prime, you can't
4. Why did you
2
x
squared is
squared?
4.
Shouldn't it be 4 squared?
No, because then you would have this would have to be
I'm really sure
16.
you will.
I thought the thing was is that you would divide 4 by 2 and then square that.
No, go back to the other ones.